to x minus 2. All these functions are from real numbers to real numbers actually, and we need to find out a proper subset of the real numbers to select to fix the domain. Okay, you just look there. The first function is f of x is equals to x minus 2. See, for this f of x is equals to x minus 2, the domain is simply all real numbers and the range is also all real numbers. Okay, we don't have any problem if you replace x with any real number. Okay, right? So the domain is all reals, automatically you will get that any real value as your output. So the range is also all the real numbers. Okay, then whereas coming for the second one, f of x is equals to 1 by x minus 2. You just think about once, if you place 2 in the place of x, I am repeating, if you place 2 in the place of x, the denominator will become 0 and so the value is not defined. Okay, 1 by 0 is not defined. Actually you feel that 1 by 0 as infinity, but that infinity is not there in the real numbers and so we treat that 1 by 0 is not defined. So if you take 2 in the domain, then there is no corresponding element in the codomain, and that's why we need to eliminate 2 to make it as a function, and that's why for the second one the domain is all the real numbers minus 2. Okay, and the next thing, what you say about the range. See, when coming for the range, see, once again look at the function. If you take different values of x in the different values in the place of x, different real numbers in the place of x, you will get different outputs. But among those, do you get 0 at any time? That's what you need to think. Okay, to make this 1 by x minus 2 as 0, we need to make the denominator as infinity. To make the denominator as infinity, we need to replace x with infinity. But infinity is not there in the domain. Since infinity is not there in the domain, we don't have a chance to make it as 0, and that's why the range is all real numbers minus 0. Okay, just think about it, that one idea. Okay, see that first one, domain is all the real numbers, range is all the real numbers. For the second one, domain is all real numbers minus 2, whereas range all real numbers minus 0. Right, whereas coming for the next one, see, where it is given that f of x is equals to root of x minus 2. Yeah, as we know that for the negative numbers square root is not defined. That's why for domain this x minus 2 should be positive. See, whenever this x minus 2 is positive, if x greater than 2. So for the domain part we need to think about that x is greater than or equals to 2. If it is 2, okay, 0 you will get. If it is more than 2, okay, positive number you will get. But if it is less than 2, you may get negative number. For those negative numbers square root won't exist, and that's why the domain of this particular function is x greater than or equals to 2. So we may represent it in interval notation as 2 to infinity. Okay, whereas coming to the range, see, for a square root value the range is always positive numbers. You can't get a negative result. Okay, starting from 0 you may get any number. So the range is all positive real numbers including with 0. So 0 to infinity is the range for this f of x is equals to root x minus 2. Okay, right, and the next one is logarithm. See, logarithm of x minus 2 base anything. Okay, leave about the base since it is x minus 2. As per the definition of logarithm, logarithm is exists only for positive values. See, this x minus 2 should be positive. Okay, as we discussed in the previous case, since we say that x minus 2 is as a positive number, x should be greater than 2. Okay, x minus 2 should be positive. So x must be greater than 2. X not equals to 2. If x is equals to 2, again it becomes 2 minus 2 as 0. Log 0 is again not acceptable. Okay, so log 0 still not exists, and that's why 2 is also not acceptable for x. X minus 2 should be positive. So to decide the domain for this, x must be greater than 2. So as in interval notation, you need to take open interval 2 to infinity. Okay, this is the domain. Whereas coming to the range may be any real value. You just think about it. Logarithms values may generate negative numbers, positive numbers and anything. The range may be any real value, but the domain is just 2 to infinity. Just think about the next one. F of x is equals to 7 power x minus 2. As we discussed, if you have these type of exponential forms, that power may be any real number, no problem if it is 0, if it is negative number, you won't get any confusion, any problem there. Okay, so x may be any real value, the domain is any real value. But whereas coming to the range, as I mentioned you in the previous case as a standard function, if you take a real number in the place of a negative number, still the result is positive. If it is a positive number, still the result is positive. You just think about it. 7 power any number always positive. It won't become negative. And that's why the range is what? All positive real numbers. Even 0 also, we can't get even 0 also. Okay. Only positive real numbers is the range. And you may say that positive real numbers as open interval 0 to infinity. You just think about it. Do you get 0 for this? By taking any value in the place of x? No, we have no such chance. And that's why the domain is all real values, range is all positive reals. Whereas in the last case f of x is equals to sine of x minus 2. When you think about that sine of x minus 2, as we discussed for the trigonometric functions, see the domain is all the real values, but the range, since it is sine, the range is just in between minus 1 to 1. So the range is just in between minus 1 to 1. So that's the domain and range for all these type of functions. Just have a look and then I will discuss domain and range for these functions. Okay. First of all, just have a look. Just analyze and observe everything. Okay. Don't try to by heart all these things. You just try to analyze how we find the domain and range. That way of analyzation is much important in solving different problems. So next, for the remaining functions g to l, we are going to find out domain and range. If the function is modulus of x minus 2, what is domain and what is range? Take any number in the place of x, no problem. Modulus will exist, okay? For all the real values, modulus will exist. But whereas coming to the range, the outputs of the modulus function is only positive numbers, or it may be 0. You can't get a negative number. That's why we say that modulus of something is always non-negative. And from that idea, the domain is all the real numbers, whereas coming to the range is all positive real numbers union 0. This we may write it like this, 0 to infinity. Since 0 is included, you need to take a closed interval of 0 there. Okay, that is about g. Then coming to h. Now our function is 1 by modulus of x minus 2. Just think about it, what is domain and what is range. As we discussed, if the denominator is 0, then the value is not defined. Since denominator is mod x minus 2, it will become 0. What? The denominator will become 0 at x is equals to 2, and that's why for this function again, the domain is all real numbers minus 2. Whereas coming to range, again the same task. What is the task? The range may be all positive reals because modulus is involved, but you can't get 0 at any time. Why? Because to make it as 0, the denominator should be infinity. We don't have such chance. We don't have any x to make the denominator as infinity in our real numbers. And that's why the range is all real numbers. No, positive real numbers only. Okay. 0 is also not included. And that's why you just take positive real numbers. Positive real numbers means what? Open interval 0 to infinity. Okay. If 0 is includes, then we write it like that and we say closed interval 0 to infinity. For 1 by mod x minus 2, this is domain and that is range. Then think about that I. Okay, I. What is that? X minus 2 divided by modulus of x minus 2. Yeah, we know for this function we sketched the graph also. See, for this function, if x is equals to 2, that means if both numerator and denominator are 0, then value won't exist. In all the other cases, value exists, and that value may be either 1 or minus 1, that's it. And that's why when you think about the domain of this, the domain is all real numbers minus 2 here itself. And again, the range is just simply nothing but either 1 or minus 1. If you wish, just take different values in the place of x, and always you just get the range as either 1 or minus 1. So these are the domain and range for these functions. Okay. And after that, x minus 2 by mod x minus 2, our next function is j, which is step of x minus 2. Yeah, just think about that step of x minus 2, right? Yeah, j, step of x minus 2. for step of x minus 2, what you say about the domain, what you say about the range. See, you can take any real value in the place of in step. Okay, we have a chance to apply that step for every real value. Always the result is just an integer, as we discussed. Step in the sense it represents the integral value, and that's why the domain is all real numbers, whereas the range is just integers. Okay, the first one is domain and the second one is range. You just think about it. Okay, and the next thing is k. K is simply what I have, fractional part of x minus 2. Again the same logic, fractional part. We have a chance to find out the decimal part or fractional part for any real number, no problem. But whereas if you think about the range, fractional value is always in between 0 and 1. Here again the domain is real numbers, but whereas the range is 0 to 1. Okay, for any real value the fractional part always lies in between 0 and 1 only, right? And another function I have at the end, L. You just think about it, 1 by fractional part of x minus 2. Okay, again there is denominator. If something is there in the denominator, you need to think about that whenever it is 0. See, you need to eliminate that. If the denominator is 0, then the function won't exist. Then the value, then the output, we can't get any output there. So you need to eliminate the values whenever the denominator is 0 from all the real numbers. You just think about it. Already I mentioned you about the fractional part in the previous class. Fractional part of integers is 0. I mentioned you like that. Okay, what you say about that fractional part of 7? Fractional part of 7 is 0. Fractional part of minus 8 is 0. If the denominator x minus 2 is an integer, then the result is 0. So we need to eliminate all possible values of x whenever the denominator is 0, and that's why the domain for this function is all real numbers minus integers. Once again I am repeating, all real numbers minus integer. Why we are eliminating integers from the real numbers? If you take any integer in the place of x, x minus 2 also becomes integer and its fractional part value becomes 0. If denominator is 0, then we don't have its corresponding element output in the real numbers. That's why it's a contradiction. That's why we get a confusion there. And so we have to eliminate all the integers from the real numbers. Whenever if you think about what? The range. Just look there. See, the range of the fractional part of x minus 2 is in between 0 and 1. And here now 1 by fractional part of x minus 2. So the values which are in between 0 and 1, we need to reciprocal them, because this 1 by fractional part of x minus 2 is just a reciprocal for this fractional part of x minus 2. Is it right? See, for suppose if you take this fractional part of x minus 2 value as some 0.9, if you replace here 0.9, you will get some number, okay, 10 by 9 like that, the reciprocal of 0.9. In such a way, if you think this is in between 0 and 1, its reciprocal may be after that 1. Okay, 1 to infinity is the range for this function. You just think about it. Okay, for any number which is less than, see, 1, if you reciprocal it, the value is more than 1. And that's why this is the domain and that is the range. Just have a look. These are the domains and range for the remaining functions.